Hachette Audio presents The Liberation Line, the untold story of how American engineering and ingenuity won World War II. Written and read by Christian Wolmar. Dedicated to the thousands of unknown railwaymen who serve from both sides of the Atlantic and who deserve far greater recognition than they have ever received. Foreword. As it is now 80 years since D-Day, one might ask if there is anything new to be said, given the voluminous and ever-expanding literature on the subject. Yet, British railway historian Christian Wolmar has unearthed the last untold story of the Battle of Normandy and the subsequent campaign in northwest Europe of 1944 and 5. The Liberation Line reveals the critical role played by railways and railwaymen in propelling and sustaining the Allied war effort and ultimately defeating Nazi Germany. Any army that fights in intense combat against a determined and well-equipped opponent depends critically on its logistics for the transportation of essential material such as ammunition, equipment, fuel and food. In large-scale continental warfare, only the railways have the capacity to meet the huge and relentless demands of military supply over long distances and duration. Without them, the war could not have been fought, let alone won. But all this effort was as much about the men involved as it was about their machinery. In his fast-paced account, drawing on many previously unpublished sources, Christian Wolmar narrates a series of remarkable experiences of British and American railway troops in overcoming a host of challenges in rebuilding and running railways from the Normandy coast through France and the Low Countries into the heart of Germany. As he skillfully explains, whether repairing damaged bridges, signals or track, and on many occasions under enemy fire, the railwaymen performed their duties with a combination of expertise and hard grit. But they received remarkably little recognition. At the end of the conflict, most returned to their civilian railway companies in the UK and the USA, and their extraordinary work was quietly forgotten. Now, some 80 years later, we can learn for the first time of their many and varied achievements. As an historian of the Corps of Royal Engineers, which alongside its American counterpart played an enormous part in the wartime railway effort, and one who has studied, taught and toured the campaign in Normandy for many years, I was honoured when Christian initially asked if I might contribute the foreword to this essential new work. The Liberation Line does.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?